Nobody believed her. Hi, this is the 2-Minute Terminator with me, Ethan McKinley, your host, and my co-host, Ellie Fitzgerald. Already said it. Shut up, Ellie. It is episode 24. We're going from minutes 46 to 48. Basically, shut up, Arnold. The T-1000 finds John's stash, and John kind of starts the scene with, "It's all made of bullshit." And yeah, there we go.
What's the stash?
Well, it was actually the tail end of the previous episode when the T-1000 in the Skynet edition, which I logged the facts for, which doesn't match.
Okay, so we're talking Skynet edition.
Yeah, it doesn't match the things we're actually watching. But if you watch the previous episode, episode 23, we have put a link to the deleted scene from the Skynet Blu-ray, where Robert Patrick kind of just
coveting his things.
But literally with his fingers, just feels the room like he's Maureen Lipman in Educating Rita in a fucking silky caftan.
I love that movie.
I love that film. It's one of my favourite films.
Wow. Okay. So 2 minutes.
Why do you like it, Ellie?
I used to watch it loads when I was a kid. You know how you have those certain movies that you watch again and again and again? Like you with Into the Night.
I was going to say, yeah, it's very rewatchable,
I used
isn't
to
it?
watch Educating Rita again and again and again. It's one of my mum's favourite movies. So we'd be like, can we put on Educating Rita again? She'd be like, yeah, go on then.
1983, directed by...
Dad's at the house. I don't fucking know. All I know is it's got Julie Roberts in and Michael Caine.
Directed by Lewis Gilbert. After the show, Ellie, and I... well, we'll put a link to it as well, but I'll put an interview segment with Lewis Gilbert on. I don't know how old Lewis Gilbert is. I think he's in his late or mid-90s now. Lewis Gilbert directed Alfie with Michael Caine.
Oh.
And he did 2 of the Bonds. He did You Only Live Twice, and he did The Spy Who Loved Me, which I guess is kind of a remake of Only Live Twice, where, like, it's super big budget, completely off the wall, bonkers crazy. But the thing about Lewis Gilbert is he's very much like Hans Moleman from... The Simpsons. He like talks like this, and he's
We beg for blood.
Yeah. He's like, yes, and when I directed Roger Moore in the he's English, but he's like this very sweet little mole man type character.
It sounds like a pedo.
Lewis Gilbert, of course, went on to direct Educating Rita.
Do you not think that in Alfie, the original one, do you not think that abortion scene's really fucking dark?
It is, and I think the remake, I guess, came under fire, the 2004 version.
Didn't watch that one.
With Jude Law. It's quite good. It's stylishly done. It's cool. It's got some good bits in it.
Okay.
Weirdly, it's when I first moved to London, apart from Jurassic Park and Mission Impossible 1, I've seen that most at the cinema than anything else. I don't know why. I became weirdly addicted to watching the Alfie remake. Maybe there was just nothing good on at the cinema, and I spent a lot of time in town just moping around. You still do, Ethan.
Did you ever see Jude Law and Stephen Fry getting it on in the Oscar Wilde movie? They showed us that at school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because it was Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
Did they pre-vet the film before?
No, they showed us pretty much 10 minutes of the film, and that was in it.
Wow.
You just saw like a really fat, sweaty Stephen Fry just like leering over a really young, like good-looking, supple Jude Law. Like, oh, it's
with a full head of hair.
And I'm
like
pretty
spun gold.
open-minded, but that was fucking horrible. I've never looked at Jude Law in the same way.
Okay, in this episode, Ellie's prejudiced against the gays.
I want to be a gay man. That's bullshit.
It is true. Your arm, you've got something wrapped around your arm, Ellie, before we get in with the hit the music.
Yeah.
I don't know, should we hit the music first?
Hit the music.
Shut up, Ellie.
Watch out for machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world.
And we're back. Ellie, you seem to have your arm bandaged.
Yeah.
We play for gaily, joyfully. I couldn't find the right word. I've fractured my larynx. Yeah, and I kind of tussled. Is that a kind word? Or wrestled?
Wrestled.
Yeah, wrestled you, and apparently I've broken your arm.
No, I think well, what actually happened is you dead-legged me, and I've got the most almighty bruise that's like raised on my thigh, and if you fucking touch it, I will fucking end you.
It's pretty final, folks. We are going to talk about Terminator. Let's get this out of the way.
You dead-legged me, and just like I was in a fucking weird like mood yesterday, and the rage just took me. So I kind of went all guns blazing, and then you were just fucking defending yourself and laughing hysterically. I was like, "You fucking laughing at me, motherfucker!"
No, I laugh because I'm scared. Because I've got such low balls. I don't want to kind of like, if I do end up like pinching my legs together, if I like step too closely with my feet together.
You're going to pincer your own balls.
Yeah, I could pop them.
Popping a nut.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not something that's discussed.
I've got legs like toffee hammers, basically. And if those two things meet, it's over.
Like a nutcracker.
Yeah.
Betwixt the thighs.
Yeah, but apparently I flipped you over and...
Well, no, you kind of like threw me, and
you hit a fireplace.
I thought instead of my face meeting the wall, I'll put my arm out instead. It's like an old jiu-jitsu move. Get your arms down first. Yeah, I used to do jiu-jitsu. It's a lie.
Were you sick the day they taught you how not to break your arm?
I thought it was... yeah, anyway. So I put my arm out, and I've hit the corner of where the fireplace is, and I've chipped a tiny bit of the bone in my forearm. But then again, I did drink milk from the age of like 3, and I've got very small...
My bones are so brittle.
Yeah, milk.
Well, I'll say it publicly. I apologise. I didn't realise I was being so rough, and I didn't mean to break your arm.
No, dude, I flew at you full pelt, so I kind of deserved it.
I also apologise for kind of being firm with you, even though you've taken it way too seriously. I was like, are we going to do this podcast? Because it's already 10 o'clock. And
you get this. No, the thing that got me, it's not what you said. It's just the way you like. You've looked at me that once before.
That was over the Sunday roast, but that wasn't you. That was someone else.
It's literally like I'm being told off by like a parent. You're just like, it's just weird because I never see you in that. I've only ever seen you like that once before, but you had your serious, angry face, and I was like, oh, I was all ready to do the podcast, and I love to faff, dude, and I'm sorry, my bad.
You don't have to apologise. You've done nothing wrong, but. It's like
it's getting late, and you have to stay up till 3 a.m, and you've got work tomorrow.
Yeah, you'd think this like no editing required podcast, is easy to do, and it should be. But the constraints of the technology we have at the moment, plus the internet, means it takes about 4 hours.
How much was the program that you used to edit on that?
180 quid. In hindsight, I'd probably use a different editing program. Because I don't think Adobe's probably quite right for this.
Well, I was going to say, like, maybe I can help out with editing. Because I've got a computer.
I know, I agree. I was happily teach you. I just think the issue here is not the editing stuff, really, for what it is. It's just the upload speeds. I think the internet providers put a strangulation on your thing.
The difference is, though, let's say that it took fucking ages and then the next day you went out. The problem is you have to leave your computer on with the cable plugged in. This is always plugged in anyway, so it would be a less offensive to my computer to leave that running as it was uploading.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just teach me, dude. I'll alleviate some stress.
Cooperation. Anyway.
Can I just stop you there? This will be the last bit.
Faff?
I'm going to take a photo of your face because I just want everyone on the Terminator page to appreciate and see what I'm seeing. You've got these full-on Marx Brothers. Yeah, fucking eyebrows. They're incredible.
Yeah, full disclosure. I had 9 pairs of glasses. I've broken the last pair to read with.
Every single pair. Actually, no, you lost the last pair.
Lost the last pair in a panic to get to work. And the other pair I sat on 2 days ago, and the arms have been broken off. So it's literally the front 2 lenses of the glasses in the frame.
The lost glasses.
Like a double monocle. So I've duct taped them to my forehead while trying to read the minutes of the meeting on this phone.
But instead of doing the Uno brow, you've gone separate this time.
We have.
It's a great look.
Duo brow.
Do we have a fact, Ethan?
Well, just to recap, as we're 45 minutes into the show, it's minutes 46 to 48. This was originally off the Skynet edition, but I don't know. It's a big mess.
It's all a big hot.
I don't know. I think no, this is not all out of cock now, is it? Because I mapped this on the Skynet edition, which is like 15 minutes longer. But this appears to be the right minutes for what we're on.
Oh.
It's minutes 46 to 48, isn't it? The
We've got
T1000 finds John's stash, and it's all made of bullshit. So, yeah.
Maybe it's just literally a few seconds out. I don't know. Maybe the credits are longer than the normal one.
Well, basically, the scene is...
What do I care?
Edward Furlong, John Connor, is talking to the Terminator, finding a little bit about how things work. That he discovers at the end of the scene that the Terminator is his kind of like genie in a bottle that would do all his bidding.
Good God. What's the first thing you do?
I don't know. I suppose it speaks to technology, doesn't it? That a Terminator, like a gun or anything, is just it's whatever's in control of the thing that makes it a dangerous thing. Now, a 10-year-old boy in control of like a killer robot is probably a recipe for disaster, as we find out in the next episode after this, when these two poor guys come across to help him because he thinks he's being attacked, and he just flips it around and has them almost killed.
It's lucky that it was John Connor that had that kind of power and not me, because I would have probably made him bum them both at gunpoint.
Didn't we discuss this in a previous episode, though? Is the Terminator fully
All
functional?
right, well then I'd make him rub his smooth
No,
area.
He's got a thing, because we've seen it in Terminator 1. They shadowed it out in Terminator Genesis.
Why did they do that?
Because it's a PG-13.
Ugh, no wonder it was shit.
But you see Arnold's piece briefly in Terminator 1, 1984's Terminator 1.
So does something not immediately spring to mind? If you were John Connor, put yourself in his shoes, in his little...
As a 10-year-old boy, I wouldn't be thinking, I want to watch my killer robot servant rape two jocks who were just committed to town to buy
We would
some
be
beers.
very different 10-year-old boys. Stop smelling your fingers, it's disgusting.
I'm not. I've got any growing hair in my nose because I plucked it 2 weeks ago and it's really hurting there.
Do you get really hairy nostrils?
Yeah, sadly.
with us.
And the hairs are white and grey. I'm not even kidding. My nose hairs are grey.
My very own Aslan.
Distinguished nostrils.
Distinguished nostrils. Okay, cool. So you don't know what you'd get him to do at all?
Well, he says stand on one foot. That's kind of the end of the scene. We find out the rest in the next scene. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a dangerous concept, isn't it?
I wonder what products John uses on his hair.
Grease.
What's
got
in,
the
like cooking
one piece
grease
of hair.
or
Edward Furlong, this is actually his first job, Ellie.
ever?
Yeah. He was,
How old was he in Detroit Rock City then?
well, in this, he's like 13 or 14. This is 1991. Detroit Rock City is 98, is it?
I
think?
showed you that movie.
Or 99? Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Really?
Had some nice moments, but
Oh, again, I watched it
know
as a
why
kid.
I never liked it. When I thought the DVD cover was really cool. That like drawn poster, that looks really cool.
Because it's Kiss.
But I think with films, especially now, I can look at them. Maybe just because I'm old, or I'm just.
A film?
I don't know. Do you not see a trailer now and go, "I've seen the film"? They capture usually the feeling of a film perfectly in the trailer now.
But I thought, yeah, nowadays I would agree with that, definitely.
So there's lots of things now I don't watch. Not sure if that's because I'm not a kid anymore. So film isn't such a kind of like wow, because I kind of
Definitely.
know how things are made and it's lost its mystique.
Well, that's what kind of blows your mind when you are a kid and you're watching these movies for the first time. I think that's why if you've seen a movie as a kid and you watched it throughout your childhood, then it will just remain like awesome and amazing.
But you try and put Labyrinth on now for people and they go, what the fuck is this?
Dude, fuck it. That movie hand. That and Fright Night are my favourite movies ever.
But you discovered Fright Night like within the last year.
I know. Amazing. It's so fucking good. It just makes me... This is going to be the gayest thing I've probably ever said on this show. Watching that film makes me feel good. Analyse that, Ethan.
Not educating Rita.
That's a good movie, but doesn't like I don't walk away from it feeling like, yeah.
I don't know, what do you have to add to this thing, Ellie?
What's the car in the park?
In the park? What's the car that's
Down
parked there?
in the park, there's a car that's parked, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but Edward Furlong was seen at a shopping mall by Marley Flynn, who was the casting director. And she just liked the look of him.
Oh, so it's like a Kate Moss job.
Yeah, so she brought him into a casting, and James Cameron really liked him. So then they put him through some acting classes for the next like couple of weeks, and brought him back again for like more of a thing. And then James Cameron obviously like really wanted him in it. He liked the fact he didn't come across. I think because a lot of child actors come across as like I'm
really
acting.
overly kind of.
Yeah, I'm a confident child actor. I'm like an adult in a child's body, and he wanted
Yeah.
that kind of like raw, I guess.
I fucking
talent.
hate American kids in movies. They're so annoying. They're so whiny.
Mike Muscat was Eddie's
Is this-
acting coach.
Is this a fact?
Yeah. Mike Muscat was Eddie's acting coach, and as a minor, Eddie could only do one night shoot from 9 till 12 a.m. So yeah. Oh, sorry, only night shoot from 9 till 12 p.m. So this was at night, and there were no exceptions.
So he was like on curfew.
No, with child actors, you only get like 3 or 4 hours a day to shoot with them. So usually, if children, they
Oh, is that
usually-
because of law?
yeah,
Oh.
and within that shooting day, all through that day, they have to go through like schools. They have like on-set tutors and things. Now with a baby, like the one you see in, I guess, let's use Ghostbusters 2 as an example. Hank and someone, they've got weird names, the two babies. It's meant to be one baby, it's Sigourney Weaver's kid, but they divide time between the two twins when they act with them, so one doesn't get worn out. So usually, if there's a very, very young child in a film, I usually like to use twins.
Did you know?
So then we get double the shoot time with them. Carry on.
Sorry, I have a knack of talking over you. I do apologise. Did you know that in Labyrinth? So we should say, do you want a map? No, we shouldn't.
No, you should.
I couldn't just talk to myself. Actually, I could.
That's all you do on this show.
Did you know? Did you know that Brian Froud's son Toby is
the baby.
is the baby in Labyrinth?
Yeah,
How awesome is that?
it's awesome.
Fuck you. This girl that I used to work with went to his wedding. She's like friends with them. It's really
I got finger popped by the baby in Labyrinth.
Yeah. Finger bang. Did you have a job as a child? What was your first job ever?
It was actually in Iran. I was making
Guns?
no
For ISIS?
no. I was making like carpet sample books for like the European market. The hours were quite long. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't get paid very much either.
I did.
Ruined my
Did you
childhood
get your
in a
little
sense.
fingers like stuck in the sewing machines and shit?
Only a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I was still like pressed back into service pretty much immediately. So it's just like, don't try and injure yourself to get out of war. A little bit like the way Charlie Sheen shoots himself in the leg to not, get out of Platoon, the film, not just.
I was gonna say Charlie Sheen did what? I knew he took a lot of shit out of drugs, but
I've discussed this before, but the billboard, obviously, in the background of this scene, because it has been going on for like an eternity, it seems, was taken down mid-shoot, and they had to kind of track down the people that took it down and get the billboard replaced. So they made lots of frantic phone calls, basically. There are 2 fact attacks, which will actually carry on into the next scene, which are the 2 actors who are about to enter the scene, the two guys who've just come to buy liquor, these 2.
with the awesome hairdos.
Yeah.
And the muscle shirt, which looks like it's got a Cabbage Patch Kid on it.
Yeah, it does.
If John has to if John's like the ruler and has to, sorry,
Just checking the time.
just take, the Terminator has to do everything that John says.
Mhm.
When John goes to go get his mum, I know he said that's not my main mission, but why would he grab John and try and stop him from going off if he's meant to do everything John says?
Because he's protecting him, isn't he? He's probably been told to keep him with you at all times, and if he tries to run off, just grab his collars and force him into something.
But obviously everything's been kind of preset and put into his whatever, his chip, his C3P. No, that's Star Wars.
Chip?
His
The little cut from Beauty and the Beast?
Oh God, have you seen that?
Yeah. Hey, they're making a live action version of that now.
Oh God!
They're doing live action versions
Stop
of all the
getting
classic
Disney wrong.
Disney cartoons. They've done Cinderella, which came out this year. Beauty and
Don't
the
tell
Beast
me
is
she
on
was
the way.
black.
And they're going to do Dumbo and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my God, Dumbo
No,
is
that
terrifying.
was the Princess and the Frog. That was like the first black 2D animated thing that Disney made.
Why do they feel they have to do that?
I think previous to that was like Song of the South with Uncle Remus. Zippity-doo-dah. Oh Lord
Yes.
Jesus, it's Walt Disney.
And you just spat
And I
everywhere.
just dribbled on myself.
Dude, the fucking. As well, it's not just the fact that you've got tape above your eyes.
Was there a gap? Yeah.
You're quite your eyebrows move a lot when you talk, so you're quite animated. The tape moves with it as well.
I need to teach myself how to stop doing that. I think it ruins acting jobs for me.
Really?
Because my eyebrows are so animate when I talk.
You really are, yeah. But I don't think that would be a bad thing. I think that would convey the message more. My God, this guy can convey a message and hasn't even opened his mouth.
The Galleria?
It just looks like you're having an epileptic fit, dude.
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy.
So, yeah, have you got anything else to add to the scene? You broke it. He's got a Public Enemy shirt on, 1991.
The hip
So there we
hop.
go. The hibbity hop.
The hibbity hop. Can you
Yeah.
name me one Public Enemy tune?
Straight Outta Compton.
No, that's NWA. What
Oh, sorry,
what
yeah.
does NWA stand for? say it.
Niggas with attitude. I think it's okay to use the N-word if it's within context or talking about some historical fact.
Oh, fact attack.
No, I do.
Nigger!
No, I do. I really do.
Oh, okay.
I
think we should just be able to bring it back. Like in Clerks. Porch monkey for life. It's okay, I'm bringing it back.
Well, black
Clerks too.
Well, no, because it was something adopted by black people to kind of depower it. But I think when white people use it, obviously it's really bad. Because it's like a
I got
forbidden
called
word.
Milky once. I was out in Vauxhall.
Yeah, for all the hundreds of years you were oppressed as a slave for being a milky
Hey,
white
dude, at
miniature.
some point we've all been oppressed.
Probably not to the extent that the black, I guess, not settlers, but like the people that were brought here to be slaves, though.
That's their fault for being such fucking spear chuckers. It's okay. I'm not an actor or actress, so I can say whatever.
It's now a 4 a.m. edit, not a 3 a.m. edit.
Oh no! Are you gonna have to edit that out?
No, well, I'll just leave it in because I can't be asked.
Well, it's me saying it.
I know it's you saying it, Ellie, but
Dude,
I don't care.
The Queen's husband said it to a black person.
I know, but the Queen's husband is like
The Queen's
kind
husband.
of immutable in a sense that like everyone's scared of them and they kind of run things, which is weird.
Is that because
it's
they're
just
lizard
like,
people?
No, I just the biggest conspiracy of all time, I think, is royalties.
Yeah.
That everyone agrees. Like, if someone did something to the Queen, MI6 would investigate, this person would investigate, loads of, like, agencies would come together. So, essentially, they've got, like, armies of people, just, like, ready to do their bidding, in a sense. Or one could argue with the Princess Diana conspiracy.
That's the one I saw a whole documentary. It was like a fucking hour and a half all
that
about
even if
the Diana thing.
you know, you could argue it's very unlikely the Queen would go, I want her killed, but if she was pregnant by Dirty Al Fayed, who was an Arab, they couldn't afford to have a non-English heir to the throne, because if something happened to Charles, William, and Harry, that would mean that boy then would be one of the first in line to the throne. So you could argue that rogue elements, or super patriotic rogue elements within the British intelligence structure, you know, might have just run them off the road and set up an operation to stop that from happening and get rid of her.
Another theory was meant to be the idea that this was like a higher realm, that actually it was something to do with aliens, and that she was destined, she had to die at this one specific point. It was on a specific night where the moon was in alignment with something else. Like, they apparently, like, underneath the bridge where she died, there was some kind of, like, symbolism or something. It went...
The 13th pillar.
It went fucking so far out there, man.
Yeah, that's a bit too far.
Oh, dude, it was
You
ridiculous.
could argue that it was a Freemasonic killing in the sense that the memorial that they used, where she died above the Pont Alma tunnel in Paris, is the Eternal Flame, which is allegedly the symbol of the Illuminati, and the exact same eternal flame that burns at Dealey Plaza in Texas, where JFK was killed.
Didn't know that.
So it's almost like hiding in plain sight with the same group that kind of did this, you know, pulling the strings.
You should do a podcast on fucking conspiracy theories.
But that's all the theories are, really. I mean, there's only a few out there.
Dude, there's fucking loads.
There are, but I mean, very few actually hold water. There's ones that
But
are
that's what I
actually...
mean, though. It'd be interesting to
JFK, obviously, I think everyone knows on some deep level that, like, it wasn't the magic bullet that killed JFK, that did 5 different changes of direction, and then was found next to his body in the infirmary, completely intact with its casing still on. And as we all know, if you shoot anything with a bullet, even if you shoot through like a piece of steak, it crumples and it deforms and it goes, you know, all over the place. It's not an intact thing. So we know the magic bullet theory was probably horseshit. Yeah. There's an interesting photo, of course, of the grassy knoll just above the fence, which Mike Barrow mentioned in a book, and it's like a police officer. You can see the outline of a police officer and his badge on his chest in the firing position like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crossfire. This is a good book by Jim Mars. Something to Assassinate JFK. Crossfire. Jim Mars book, of which the film JFK was kind of based on, along with Fletcher Prouty, who was the kind of Donald Sutherland character in that film, who explains to him the conspiracy. Fletcher Prouty, of course.
The eyebrows really add to the suspense.
Yeah.
Did you know that Marilyn Manson, for one of his music videos, I think it was Great Big White World or Coma White, I can't remember which one, but he basically reenacts the shooting of JFK. Americans were so fucking up, like, in arms about it. It was banned for like fucking years, and it was only like after he released his like greatest hits, and there was like a 2 CD thing, and on the other CD it had all his like band videos, and it was on it. It's really good.
Is it on YouTube now?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's fucking awesome. It's a really good video. It's full of freaks. It's got like the world's tallest man. It's got one of his exes who's like some famous actress. You probably think she's pretty hot. But yeah, sorry, I digress.
No, it's fine. Interesting.
But no, I'll put it on the page. It's a really awesome video. He plays JFK very well.
I see. I think that's it then. Thank you all for listening. Oh, by the way, we'll mention this at the top of the next show. I'm actually in a TV commercial for Go Compare, which is on the 2 Minute Terminator page. I think
looking very Terminator-like.
Our listeners have liked it. Sadly, heavily cut. We spent quite a lot of time doing like comedic asides, and
I'm hoping that's a shorter version.
Yeah, there should be a 1 minute version because they've like really hacked it down. Or that, or the acting was shit. And they're like, "Fucking hell, let's get rid of this, this long-haired douche is fucking up our product."
But we've only seen it on YouTube though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Maybe the one they'll actually release on TV will be. So, did you say someone said they saw you on TV?
Yeah, a girl went, "Hey," who I slept with like 8 years ago, just contacts me up and goes, "Ethan, you on TV?" I was like, "Oh, here we go." Another woman, Ethan's on TV. The rats from a sinking ship start trying to swim back on the deck. Arr.
Yeah, but would you hoy them away?
Yeah, probably.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, probably would.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not the rock star superhero I used to be. We've discussed this on many episodes of this shit show.
It's a shit business.
Business.
It's a shitcom.
Yeah.
But no, I really like the advert, but I haven't seen the full thing. You look amazing, dude.
I think that is well, that's what I mean. You can't really see me. There was this thing like the helmet on, helmet off. I think for all the effort and energy that went into casting that, and has you got? Remember all that kerfuffle about? Do I have a license? I was like, yes, I do. Can we see it, please? Here it is. Can you bring the physical license into your agent and actually show them to prove it to them that you're? It's just like, and you don't see me pull up on the bike anyway.
The bit I found ridiculous.
You could have done it with doubles if you really needed a fucking stuntman to ride
The
a
bit
bike.
I find ridiculous, it's not actually to do with the advert itself. It's the fact that when you obviously got the job because you've got the look, and the guy was like, yes, I like this, I like that, bring some stuff.
I did it because my acting
And
was
then
great,
when you
and then they
went
used this
in-
bizarre take in the advert, which is nothing like what the audition was anyway.
But the fact that like the I don't know, designer or like whoever
Your bike. I did like 5 different versions.
was that the one that was picked. Was that not your favourite?
Bike? Huh?
It doesn't sound like you. Like you legitimately sound like a fucking Yankee. What do you think, listeners?
Well, I mean, I recorded that line over and over again,
Do
so
they
I
know
think
what Go Compare is?
I don't think that's the line that was live off the set when I said it, but I think they've used my voice, but they've kind of done something to it. It is me.
Auto-tuned it somehow.
No, not auto-tune, because I did like about 10 versions of "Hey Man, What Happened to Your Bike?"
Which one did you think was the best?
Whichever one they picked, I guess.
Oh.
Because, you know, I'm not really good at accents.
What? You're pretty good at some.
Scottish. Hey lad.
Yeah, but if you're not saying that, you're shocking.
Thank you to Josh for retweeting again. God, they're so sedate, these last few shows. I don't know why. I think if we're in person, I think it throws you in some sense. You're like on fire whenever you're on Skype or Viber rather, which is the better sound everyone gets.
I feel like tonight I've had quite high energy. I think it's you.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think tonight and last night, but you had a broken arm. We've found out now, so we'll let you off.
Thanks.
But no, I look forward to. There won't be an episode tomorrow, guys, because I'm actually working till 6 in the morning.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
But on Wednesday,
Oh, Lord, he's working till 6 a.m. in the morning.
we're going to smash out 3 episodes, and I'll try and release 2 in the same night to make up for tomorrow's tardiness. And yeah, how do you feel at the show? No, let's get meta. How do you think the show's actually going, Ellie?
What do
We
you
are
mean?
picking up lots of views and listeners. Strangely, I think.
I think we talk less about the movie, and we just waffle more.
Well, no, because the thing when there was nothing much happening in the scene, I think a week ago we just talked for nearly an hour. It was a great show.
Mm.
So I don't know. I think it depends on the clip if it inspires something inside us to talk about. I mean, literally, the last few clips we've had is just him talking to him in a car park.
Yeah, that does limit it, but
we should, I guess, philosophize and muse over that more because that should be what the show is. I think ultimately we need to. Are you willing to get through the other 3 films?
yeah,
Are you actually?
yeah, I am.
Because that's
I really enjoy doing this. I know you
Okay.
don't believe that I do.
I know, but do you not want to kind of get to a point where you could probably do this once a week and not talk about the Terminator, be constrained by that, and just chat shit?
Well, that would be awesome as well.
I think a 1 hour weekly podcast of us just chatting shit and creating a completely new show.
Wow. I feel like this is a breakup.
No, you'll still be in the show.
No, I'm not saying with us. I just mean with Terminator.
No, I'm willing to go for all the films. I think weirdly, like I said before,
Or maybe we should
I was always looking to Terminator 2. That would be the good ones. It's like it's loaded with layers and drama, and you know, there's lots to talk about.
Dialogue
many
and car
signal
parts.
levels. Yeah, and I've got enough facts. It's just the literally not much happened in the commentary or the trivia track.
Well, maybe we could do this movie, then have like a break from Terminator, and then just do one where we just chat
No,
after
I
shit.
don't want to do. No, I don't want to break. I just want to get through them. Just
Okay.
keep smashing them out.
Okay, so we'll smash them out, and then we can just chat shit until our heart's content.
This is probably going to take until this time, maybe next year, to get through all the films, I reckon.
Okay. Well, as long as you keep those eyebrows on game.
Well, hopefully I'll have working glasses. I'm going to go and order some on
No,
eBay.
I like this, dude. This works. And you're, oh my god, and you're wearing the 2-minute Terminator fucking t-shirt.
Speaking of which, where is the...
They said that they should have the t-shirts in by Friday. So that means it'll be ready by next week.
They're coming in, boys. They're coming in. If you are listening, Josh, if you're listening this far, you need to send us your size and your address.
Yeah.
You can't remain safely anonymous on Twitter much longer. Thanks for the support, but you need to find us.
What is his aversion to Facebook?
Who?
Josh.
He probably is on Facebook, but there's not enough information on Twitter to find him. I've tried.
Dude, yeah, but
I think he's
If
a
you go-
Mexican looking
if you
dude.
could... If you... He's so sleepy.
Well, there's one picture of him, I think it's him at like a cinema, like a movie theatre.
I think he's Snorky from Simpsons. The
Yeah.
evil Nazi dolphin that comes up onto land. Snorky, man. And then goes, 50 years ago. Yes, but we should probably sign off now.
We
But
should
thank you
we
very
should
much
sign
for
off.
listening, people.
Thank you all for listening, folks. I'm just going to look at my Bitcoin wallet because more donations have come in.
Oh.
Oh, $37 now.
Is that purely through Questionable?
That's through the scan code being seen on the Questionable video podcast with Andreas Antonopoulos showing people how easy it is to do a Bitcoin transfer with Ethan. Oh, I forgot to tell you, he kindly retweeted and favorited the show
He did.
for both of them.
Finally.
That's what I said when you came in. It's kind of pushed the shows now. I think the
Oh, he retweeted it.
Minisoda's gone over 2,000 views, and the other one is climbing a bit, but not much.
I can't get over your JC Johnson, dude.
I know. Pardon.
Your Jesus Christ.
God damn, boy, your JC Johnson just exploding all over the place.
Don't, because my butt plug's called Doc Johnson.
JC, I'm the doctor.
Yeah.
It's like an
My
80s
ex would be
action
like,
drama.
he'd look at me and he'd give me a wink and go, get the doctor out.
Get the doctor out.
And then just fucking croquet mallet him.
So yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. We shall return on Wednesday
Or
with
maybe-
2 shows to make
maybe-
up for the loss of one tomorrow. We will obviously do more fun stuff. I think the last 2 have been.
I disagree. This one, I think I've been on fire. Sorry.
No, I'm not saying that. I just think we seem to be drifting away from Terminator. It's no one's fault. It's just there's not really much to say in these scenes because I covered all the trivia from this scene episodes back when I mentioned the sign and the thing.
Oh
and
yeah,
the-
you did go a bit fact crazy.
yeah.
Fact crazy.
But we'll return.
Oh, I could do one for myself.
You should do one by yourself. I keep telling you, you need to do this blog. You've got Vice magazine.
Dude, I would never use this equipment without you here. No fucking way.
Ellie, it's easy.
No, Ethan, if anything went wrong, no. Dude,
yeah, but
you-
like I say to people, when someone goes, "Oh, can I ride on your bike?" I was like, I always weigh up: 1, if they're not cunts, and 2, if they've got the money to pay for anything. If they fucking fuck it up,
Okay.
you have enough money to kind of pay for anything that's damaged
But I
on
am
this
a
table.
cunt.
No, you're not a cunt. You're
Shit
my
cunt.
co-host, Ellie.
Co-host cunt.
Even though you were like, "Well, I work every morning, Ethan."
That was really shit. I'm so sorry.
It's like, okay, well, when I'm an Uber driver, I'll be working whenever I like and earning 3 times as much as you. So, kiss my butt. Thank you for listening, everyone. A dark finish to an episode. We'll be back tomorrow. No, we won't. We'll be back on Wednesday with 2 episodes.
We will. Hasta la vista.
Baby. Shut up, Ellie.
Watch out for machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world. I'll be back.